Okay, so just want to do a quick walkthrough of the light bar I installed on the BRZ. I wanted something obviously to give me a little bit more vision at night. By default, the BRZ comes with HIDs, which are actually not bad, but you know, nothing compares to a dedicated driving light. So anyway, this is what I went with. It's a Rigid Industries SR Series Midnight Edition, which probably doesn't show in the video, but basically the lens is a little bit smoked so that it's not quite as garish, doesn't look as quite as much like wearing braces. It is a 20-inch bar. It's got 20 LEDs. It's rated for, I think, 18,000 lumens, something like that. So really bright. It's a single row. Didn't want to get, you know, too big with a dual row. It's worth pointing out that this is only a 20-inch single row, but this is going to be significantly brighter than one of those $50 eBay dual row things. This is Rigid Industries makes some pretty nice stuff. So this is extremely bright for its size. And the way I mounted it, if I can get a good view here, let's see if I can slide the camera in. So it's got a bracket on each end. Let me try this bracket here, and you can kind of see there. It's just mounted to the to the bottom of the crash beam. So I pulled the bumper off and just dropped the bracket straight down. And there's a bolt going up into it with a nut on the other side. And then it just comes down, and that's how it mounts. As far as the grill, when I finished mounting it, it lined up perfectly with the center horizontal grill slat. I could have dropped it down further, but I actually decided to kind of just, I was like, if I've got the light bar in here, I might as well go all in. Rather than trying to center it between two of these slats, which would still probably obstruct some light, you know, either up or down, I figured I'd just go all in and just cut out the center part of the grill, because why not, you know? So what actually ended up pretty nice was these vertical slats cleaned up nicely. I just basically used a razor blade to shave it flat, and then a little torch to kind of like melt the plastic to make it, you know, turn it from like white cut plastic back to black plastic. So those are cut off on the top and bottom. And on the right sides, I just kind of sanded these down and smoothed them. I curved them a hair, you know, I added a slight curve to it. I might 3D print a little insert here to kind of box this out so that it, you know, you can't, so it's not like see-through like this because it's open on the inside. But other than that, that's what it looks like. And then as far as how it's wired, you know, you can hook it up to a toggle switch, tie it to your high beams. I did both. So the way I have mine set up, and I'll also show you a comparison against the garage in terms of how bright it is. This is the switch that controls it, but what it is this switch basically just enables the bar, and it's still tied into the high beam circuit. So it'll still only come on with the high beam. So you can see if I flip my high beams on, you can see the light down there lights up, right? So this toggle switch just basically determines whether or not it comes on with the high beams. I can't turn it on its own. It's just wired into the high beams, and that's it, which is all I needed. Okay, shut up. All right, and then as far as how bright it is, well, I'll show you. So these are the, and we'll do a night comparison as well, but these are the low beams on the garage door. Keep in mind, of course, my headlights and line up with the darker colored slat. But anyway, that's the low beams. This is the high beams. And if I flip the light bar on, you can see it is significantly brighter. Of course, it is on the white portion as opposed to the, but I mean, there really is no comparison. And obviously it looks lower here because it's starting off from a lower angle, but I've aimed it so that it kind of shoots up a little bit. So again, that's the light bar off. That's the high beams on the car. That's the light bar. As far as what the light bar looks like when it's on, okay, we're in the car now, so we'll do a comparison. So these are my low beams, and then we're gonna jump right into, those are the high beams, and then if I add the light bar in, that's the light bar. So, pretty big difference. Light bar off, those are still the high beams. Low beams, flip the high beams. So this will be high beams and light bar. Yeah, it's a huge difference. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. So once again, these are the low beams, high beams, and adding in the light bar. There's really no comparison.